Okay, let's review for our final. The total 12 questions. Let's start from the first one. So the first one is asking, is given A, B, C, D, right, 4 matrices. It's asking what kind of solutions each one is. Either one unique solution or infinite many solution or no solution. So 3 types of answers. Okay, let's check the first one. So we want to interpret this matrix into systems of equations. So the first one is saying 1x, right? This is x, y, z. 1x plus 0y plus 0z equals to 3. And the 0y, 0z is 0. So this one can be simplified as x equals to 3. Or 1x equals 3, usually we just write as x equals to 3. So similarly, the second row, we have 0x plus 1y plus 0z equals 0. So this is simplified to be y equals to 0. The third one is 0x plus 0y plus 1z equals to 3. Simplified to be z equals to 3. So one unique solution, right? The solution is x value is 3, y value is 0, z value is 3. So one solution. Now let's see B. B we interpret as 1x plus 1y plus 0z equals to 3. 0x plus 0y plus 1z equals to -4. Simplify the first one. It's x plus y equals to 3. Simplify this one, this is z equals to -4. Well, x plus y is a line. You can draw on x, y plane. So if x is 0, y is 3. If y is 0, x is 3. So that's a line. And the line keeps going to the universe. How many points on this line? Like infinite many points. If we extend this to third dimension, right? Third dimension, when the z value is -4, z, think about this, is z-axis. When the z value is -4, so going through this -4, there is xy plane, and then this line is on that plane. So the second one has infinite many solutions because there are infinite many points on this line. The other one, x equals 3, y equals -4. But then we see 3 zeros, 0x plus 0y plus 0z, 0 equals 1. And this will never happen, right? Because 0 will never be 1. So which is not true. So this one tells us that this system has no solution. Lastly, we have x equals to 3, y equals to -4, and z equals to 1. So one solution, one unique solution. Okay, that's for the first question. Let's see the second one. So we want to use Gauss Jordan Elimination method. And also, we were going to use matrix inverse method also. So let's do Gauss Jordan elimination. So first, we want to write the coefficient in this matrix. So 4, 5, 1, 1, 9, 5. You see, we only write down the coefficient of x and y. Then we want to reduce, to change this side to be identity matrix. We want to change 4 to be 1, 5 to be 0, 1 to be 0, and this 1 stays. So what do? Maybe we can think of 5 R2, right? So this is R2. This is R1. R1 means the first row. R2 means the second row. We want to build a bridge. Let's do 5R2. So 1 times 5, 1 times 5, 5 times 5, 25. Then we do 5R2 minus R1. So this 5R2 as a bridge. So 5 minus 4, bingo, 1. 5 minus 5, bingo, 0. So one stone kill two birds. And then 25 minus 9, 16. And the second one, we have 1, 5. Just keep writing it. Now we want to change this one to be 0. So 1, 0, 16. Our operation on the second row. Or we could do R1 minus R2. 1 minus 1, 0. 0 minus 1, negative 1. 16 minus 5, 11. Or maybe we do R2 times negative 1. If we do that, this becomes positive, this becomes a negative. And that's it, that's a solution. The solution says x equals 16, y equals to negative 11. So this is a Gauss Jordan elimination method. But maybe on the final exam, they will ask you another method, as a matrix inverse method. So let's do this one. Remember, matrix inverse, we write as this. Right? So what is a matrix 8? Matrix 8 is 4, 5, 1, 1. And the x bar means x and y, because we have two variables. And B is a matrix 2 by 1, matrix 9, 5. So from here, if we multiply A inverse on both sides, like A inverse, remember multiplying matrix order matters. So we want to multiply on the left-hand side has to stay on the left-hand side. So we need to find A inverse. To find the A inverse, we need to find the determinant. Determinant equals 4 times 1 minus 1 times 5. Right? Diagonally, 4 times 1 minus 1 times 5. So we get negative 1. Then A inverse is 1 over D, 1 over negative 1, multiplied by a matrix. We swap 4 and 1, get 4, 1, and 4, like this. We put negative sign before 5 and 1. So we get negative 5, negative 1 here. Now we can multiply. So 1 divided by negative 1, which is a negative 1. We can multiply this negative 1 inside of every 1. 1 times negative 1, negative 1. Negative 5 times negative 1, positive 5. Negative 1 times negative 1, positive 1. 4 times negative 1 becomes negative 4. So basically, negative 1 changes every one sign inside. So that's A inverse. Then you see here, well, what does x equal to? X bar or xy equals to A inverse times B. So xy equals to A inverse, which is a negative 1, 5, 1, negative 4, times B, 9, 5. So we do matrix multiplication. How do we do that? We use row times the column, dot product. So we do negative 1 times 9 plus 5 times 5. We'll get negative 9 plus 25, which is 16. Then we do 1 times 9 plus negative 4 times 5, which is negative 9 minus 20. No, positive 1. It's no negative 1. So 9 minus 20, which is negative 11. Right? So same answer. So either way, we solve, we'll get the same answer. So one is a Gauss Jordan elimination method, one is matrix inverse method. Let's see 3. So we want to find which following points are in the feasible set, in the solution set. So the choice we have 2, 3, 2, 0. Oh, let me see if I can put this in one. Right, okay. So let's check A. Let's check the first one. X value is 2, Y value is 3. 2 times 2, 4. Plus 3 times 3, 9. So we get 13. Yes, 13 less than 15. Plug in the second one, we have 2 minus 6, which is -4. But -4 is not greater than -2. So won't work for the second inequality. So A is not. Now let's check B. So A is not. B, 2 times 2 is 4, plus 0. So 4 is less than 15. Then 2 minus 0 is 2. 2 minus 0 is 2. 2 is greater than -2. So yes. So B is one solution. Let's check C. 3 times 2, 6. Plus 12. 6 plus 12, 18. 18 is not less than 15. C is no. D, 4 and 2. Where X value is 4, Y value is 2. So A plus 6, 14. Yes, less than 15. Then 4 minus 2 times 2 is 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. 0, yes, bigger than -2. And both are positive. So D works. So B and D, right? B and D are in the feasible set. Let's see 4. We want to find system inequalities that have these following feasible set. So the feasible set is here. Is below this line, is on the left-hand side of this line. So we know for both is less than or equal to. And in the first quadrant, we know x is greater than or equal to 0, y is greater than or equal to 0. And also for the two equations, we should have a less than or equal to sign. Because it's under this top line, it's on the left of this almost vertical line. Then how do we find those lines? So we want to find this line. And we start with y equals to mx plus b form. For b, we already know 20 for this line. So that's mx plus 20. We just have to find the m. For m equals to y2 minus y1, 10 minus 20. At this point, divided by 18 minus 0. 10 minus 20, -10. 18 minus 0, 18. We simplify this, we get -5 over 9. So the first one is -5 over 9x plus 20. Oh no, right on the wrong side. That y less than or equal to -5 over 9x plus 20. So similarly, we do the second one. For the second one, we're going to use this point and this point. So the slope equals to 10 minus 0 divided by 18 minus 20, which is 10 divided by -2, which is -5. Right? Then -5, the slope also equals, think about any point on the line, xy. So that equals y minus 0 divided by x minus 20. I'm using this point. So then y equals to -5 times x minus 20, which is y equals -5x plus 100. Because it's on the left-hand side, so we have y less than or equal to -5x plus 100. Okay, that's the system That's a system of equations for this feasible set. Let's say 5. 15,000 I invested at the interest rate. So invested, right? P. At the interest rate 5% R equals 0.05. Compounded weekly. Well, let's do the monthly. You could try the monthly too, okay, but let's pick weekly. Weekly means M equals to 52. When will the total value be? The future value, right? In 10 years, capital letter N equals 10 years. So which formula we should use? The compound interest, right? So F equals to 1 plus I. I is R, 0.05, divided by M, divided by 52. Then raised by little n is 10 times 52. Then multiply by 15,000. All right. So just plug everything in. So I'm not able to switch to the calculator. Right. So make sure when you use your calculator, make sure you put into parentheses. You put this also into parentheses. Right. Also, you want to use parentheses for these two values also. So always use parentheses, right? To let the calculator know which numbers you want to calculate first. Okay, let's see 6. Sophia aims to save 250,000 for down payment on a house in 8 years. So that's her future value. Because she aims to save this much in the future in 8 years. So 8 years, capital letter N equals to 8. If she invests amount with an interest rate of 5% compounded weekly, again, R equals 0.05, M equals to 52. How much should she deposit each week? Right. So we're looking for R. So so I have the future value, 4 zeros. That equals to I. That equals to 1 plus I, 1 plus 0.05 divided by 52, raised by 8 times 52. 8 times 52 minus 1. Annuity formula. This is to use annuity formula because she keeps depositing. Then divided by I, which is 0.05 divided by 52. Right, then multiply by R. So we're trying to find the R. So make sure again in your calculators, you put parentheses around. Right, you put parentheses around. So basically R equals to 250,000 divided by this number. Okay, let's see 7. In a survey of 200 students, it was found 120 play football and 90 play basketball, 30 play both, 70 do not play anything. So how many students play only basketball? Well, that's 90 minus 30, 60. Right? If the question goes a little bit more, we need to draw a Venn diagram. People play football, people play basketball, play both 30, play football 120, play basketball 90, 90 minus 30, so only play basketball should be 60, only play football should be 90. So then there's a 70, do not play any of those. So 90 plus 30 plus 60 plus 70 should be the sample space size, which is 250. So this number is wrong. So this should be 250. But for this question itself, you don't really need to draw this Venn diagram. Right? You just use 90 minus 30. Okay, now let's see 8. A, we are using the letters in shower. So we want to scramble it to see this is how many arrangements, right? Can start with S. Well, S is fixed. X is fixed. If S is fixed, we only have one choice. Right? So for the first letter, we only have one choice. But for the second letter, we still have HOWER, 5 choices. Then the third letter, we have 4 choices. Right? 2, 1. So basically, it's 5 factorial. And if we multiply, we get 120. So the answer for this is 120. Let's see question 9. So we want to expand this used binomial theorem. Right? Or a simpler way is to say find the third term. You'll only find one term. Find the third term. Let's find the third term first, then use binomial theorem to expand everything. Remember, the formula is x plus y raised by n equals to summation sign. R goes from 0 up to n. Out of n, pick R. Then x goes from descending order, y goes ascending order. Right? R increasing. R goes from 0, 1, 2, until n. In our case, n equals to 4. Right? R can be 0, can be 1, can be 2, can be 3, can be 4. So we want to find the third term. Right? Third term is this. Third term is when R equals to 2. So third term is out of 4, pick 2. The first term is x raised by 4 minus 2. The second term is minus 3y raised by 2. Then we simplify this. So out of 4, pick 2. Combination is a 4 factorial divided by 4 minus 2 factorial divided by 2 factorial. It's 4 times 3 times 2 factorial divided by 2 times 2 factorial. Cancel. So 4 times 3, 12. 12 divided by 2, 6. So this one equals 6. The x raised by 4 minus 2, which is 2. Then negative 3 squared, 9. Then y squared. 6 times 9, 54. X squared, y squared. Okay, that's the third term. It's only find the third term. So what if we ask us to find any other term? So let's find all the terms. So that's the word expand mean. The first term would be out of 4, pick 0. Right? X raised by 4 minus 0, x raised by 4. Negative 3, y raised by 0, which is just 1. So let's write it down. Negative 3y raised by 0. The second term is out of 4, pick 1. X raised by 4 minus 1. Negative 3y raised by 1. Third term is 4, 2. We already calculated this. 4 minus 2. Negative 3y raised by 2. Then 4 out of 3. Fourth term, x raised by 4 minus 3. Negative 3y raised by 3. Last term, out of 4, pick a 4. So the biggest number R could be is 4. Out of 4, pick a 4. X raised by 4 minus 4. Negative 3y raised by 4. Then we simplify a little bit. So from here, out of 4, pick 0. That's 4 factorial divided by 4 minus 0 factorial, which is 4 factorial divided by 0 factorial, which is just 1. So 1 times x raised by 4, negative 3y raised by 0 is also 1. Plus, out of 4, pick 1, 4 ways, times x squared, times negative 3y, plus the third term we already calculated, 54x squared y squared. The third term, out of 4, pick 3, is the same as out of 4, pick 1. So equals to 4. plus 4 times x raised by 4 minus 3, which is 1. Then negative 3 raised by 3, negative 27, y cubed. Then plus the last one. Out of 4, pick 4, 1, x raised by 0, 1. So only left with negative 3 raised by 4, y raised by 4, which is 81 y to the 4th. So we have x raised by 4, first term. This is minus, because we have positive times negative. 4 times negative 3, negative 12, x squared y. Third term, 54, x squared y squared. So fourth term, negative, 4 times 27, 108, x y cubed. Plus last term, 81 y to the 4th. So expand means write down all the terms. Okay, but the question can be asking you find a certain term. Let's see, 10. Given E and F are mutually exclusive. Mutually exclusive means probability of E union F equals to probability of E plus probability of F, right? Probability of E intersect with F equals to 0. Okay, that's what the mutually exclusive property gives us. So let's calculate the first one. So the first one, by De Morgan's law, that's the probability of E union F complement, right? De Morgan's law. So that's 1 minus probability of E union F, right? Probability of the complement and the probability of an event adds up to be 1. So the complement, the probability of a complement equals 1 minus probability of the event. And then E union, probability of E union F, just add those two, right? 0.3 and 0.4, which is 0.7. 1 minus 0.7, so get 0.3. That's the first one. The second one, well, by definition, probability of F given E is the probability of E intersect with F divided by probability of E. That is, well, what is the probability of E intersect with F? Right here, 0. So 0 divided by 0.3 is 0. 0 divided by anything will be 0. So B is 0. C, also we use De Morgan's law. De Morgan's law is the complement of the intersection equals to union of their complements. Oh, actually, we don't need to do. We don't need to do this way. We're going to do easy way. Probability of complement equals 1 minus the probability of the event, the complement, right? Now, what is the probability of E intersect with F? 0. So it's equals 1. Okay, so A equals to 0.3, B equals 0, C equals 1. Now let's see 11. A deck of cards has 26 red one, 26 black one. If 2 cards are drawn successively with replacement, right? With replacement means the events are independent, not conditional, independent. So what is the probability that both cards are the same color, right? Both colors could be red color, so the probability of red, but both color could be black also, black, right? So probability to get red, the first one is 26 out of 52. Because with replacement, which means we put the card back, the second one still have probability of 26 out of 52. Then plus the same thing for probability of black colors, right? Because there are 26 red ones, 26 black ones. So it's 26 plus 26 divided by 52 times 26 divided by 52. Okay, then you simplify. I'm gonna ignore that. Okay, lastly, we have this 12. 12, I need a little more space. Okay, first she wants us to set up sample space. So let's use a tree diagram. Tree diagram. Okay, so let's read this. Let's see, among a group of patients, let's see we have a group of patients. 6% have certain medical conditions. So 6%, 0.06 has some medical conditions. And then 0.94% have no medical conditions. This always add up to be 100%, which is 1. So a diagnostic test correctly identifies 88% of those who have the condition, right? Those people. Among those people who have medical conditions, 88%, 0.88, test positive. Then will be 0.12% test negative. Out of the people who have no medical condition incorrectly identifies 10%, which is 0.1 positive, but 0.9 negative. It always adds up to be 100%. You see, this two adds up to be 100%, this two adds up to be 100%, this two adds up to be 100%. So this is sample space. We use a tree diagram to demonstrate. Now, question 8. What is the probability that a randomly selected patients test negative for the condition? Test negative for the condition. What's the probability that we select a patient and the test is negative? Well, let's see. The negative could be among those people have medical conditions, right? The negative could be among the people have no medical conditions. So we need to add up those two probabilities. So the first one, among these medical condition people test negative, was a probability 0.06 times 0.12. Among these no condition, 0.994 times 0.9. Okay. So just use calculator to calculate these numbers. What is it? 6 times 12, 72. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the 0.0078. Then plus this 84. Okay. Then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So add those numbers. So I have 0.0072. 2, 3, 5, 8. So the answer for A is 0.8532, or better yet to see 85.32%. Okay, that's for A. Let's see B. If randomly select patient tests negative for the condition, if people select one person among those negative ones, what is the probability that the patient does have the condition? So which means we want to find out the probability of those people do have the condition, medical condition, among those negative. So that equals the probability of medical intersect with the negative divided by probability of negative. Well, probability of negative we just calculated right here from A, right? So the denominator is 0.8532. What about the numerator? It's a medical condition, is in medical condition test negative. In medical condition test negative, right? It's just 0.0072. 0.0072. So you divide these two numbers, let's see, what do we get? I'm gonna use this one I can use my calculator. So get a 0.0072 divided by 0.85 32. I got 8.4%, 0.008. Oh, 0.8% actually. 0.0084 is about 0.84%. Okay, that's all. And I see you on Tuesday if you still have questions. All right.